I was muted. It's like this is the first time that I've ever done this. But you know what? It's our last live broadcast of the year. So I feel like it's okay that I just started talking and was completely muted the entire time. Managed to get through all year, but the last one of the year started my live muted. All right, so that's how we're kicking this off. Thank you guys so much for joining us on Facebook Live and YouTube Live. For those of you that were looking forward to seeing both Kelly and I, Kelly will not be able to make it on today's live, so you guys are just stuck with me. I'm sorry. For those of you that don't know me, I am Jenna, and I am part of a team here that does a lot of our live broadcast video, all educational content. And I'm really excited to just kind of wrap this year up with you guys and talk about some things that we always find extremely valuable in the new year, especially customers that have been in the industry for a long time, some things that they do. So we are going to be doing a 2022 year-end kickoff into the new year. And yes, I see some comments coming in. I did cut my hair, Vince. Thanks for catching. Needed a refresh the same way all of us want a refresh whenever we are starting into the new year. So if you guys have any questions, this is going to be very open, very conversational. We like to keep it fun and light. So feel free to comment in on some things that you guys plan on doing in the new year. I'm always interested in learning more about what our customers are doing, especially those of you that continue to come back to these lives and hang out with us and let us entertain you with the product announcements and projects and just having conversations with us. You guys are what are keeping our social media going and keeping our subscribers up and all of our engagement. And we appreciate you guys to no end. So one thing that I'm really, really excited about this year for 2022 was that we doubled the amount of subscribers that we got on YouTube in under a year, right? That took us 5 years to get to. So for those of you that have been tuning in with us for quite some time, we kicked off the Stalls TV YouTube channel back in 2015, I believe. I was very, very new to it. Some of you may even remember some of my very early videos that are very tragic to look back on. I cringe every time I see one of them because I've just come such a long way when it comes to presentation. But that's neither here nor there. It took us a long time to get at our 100,000 subscriber mark on YouTube. And we are already surpassed 200,000 within just the past year. So that is super, super exciting to us. Our subscribers continue to grow, which only means that our industry only continues to expand. And I love that because that just means the more people that are coming into this industry, the more innovations that are going to keep happening. And that is another thing that leads us to something very, very exciting was the significant growth of our direct to film, right? It's all anybody wants to talk about. Our Ultra Color Max event has been super successful, not just for us, but for those of you that are getting into decorated apparel and need that easy way in to get started with heat transfers. Direct to film has just been so great. And it just continues to evolve. So I'm really excited to see where that's going to go in 2023. All right. So hello, Evelyn and Michelle. Thank you, Michelle. All right. So again, feel free to comment in on some of your favorite things from 2022, whether that is a goal you achieved or something that you are working towards, or even something that you're looking forward to in 2023. And how can we help you reach that in the new year? So we're going to dive into our top 5 things. And number 1 is to plan to go to a trade show. We talk a lot about education. And trade shows give us the ability to not only talk with other experts in the industry, learn new things, but also network with people just like you. Trade shows are such a huge opportunity, whether you have been in the industry for a long time or you are brand new. There's always something new to learn. There's always another innovation that's out there that you can learn that could ultimately benefit your business. So if you can get to a trade show in the new year, we highly recommend it. There are 3 very popular ones right in January. The industry kicks off with 3 really big trade shows right in January every year. So no matter what market you're serving, you can get out to at least one of those and find value in that trade show. So the 3 that I'm talking about are PPAI, Impressions, and ASI. Okay. So if you guys are curious about those trade shows, when they are, where exactly they are being held, all you have to do is check out our Stalls events page. Right. So if you go to Stalls, scroll all the way down, there is a Stalls events link, and it will list out all of the upcoming events that we have going on. Right. So you can see it today happening currently, or no, it's 3 my time. This happened an hour ago. We had a webinar. So we always post our virtual events, our webinars. But what you're going to want to look for is the live event. Okay. So ASI Orlando, we mentioned ASI. That's happening at the Orange County Convention Center. It gives you our booth number and then where you can register. So you'll just click here to register. It'll take you to that page. And it'll tell you like everywhere, everything you need to know. Okay. All of the general sessions, keynote things, everything like that. Okay. So ASI Orlando, really great one, especially if you want to make it down to Florida during January. Okay. PPAI. This is another great one. This is happening in Vegas, January 9th through 12th. All right. ASI and PPAI. Those are great promotional product events. So if you are in the promotional product space, definitely recommend making it out to these 2. And then Impressions Expo, which is a little bit more broad. This is where we get into more of a broader version of apparel decoration. So this is more screen print, sublimation, all things heat transfer. And I'm actually very, very excited for the ASI show. And I'm realizing now that you can't even see the screen. So I'm going to pop back over here. Sorry about that. Very excited for the Impressions show because we have a lot going on here. If you haven't heard about the Stalls Pro Day, this is an event that we tried out this year and had a lot of success with it. It's an all-day event, and we are going to be pairing it with Impressions Expo at that convention center in Long Beach. So the show is the 20th through the 22nd. But we will be there the 19th hosting our Stalls Pro Day event. So if you want extra education, come out and join us. We'll love to have you. We'll also have our normal education on site during the show that we do through Impressions. So there will be no shortage of education, right? It's what I'm getting at here. A lot of classes to attend, a lot of new things to learn. New products that are going to be launched that you can see firsthand, be able to demo, get hands-on with in the booth, and learn more about in the classes. Okay. And that's just all that we do. So we love to take advantage of our time in person with you. because ever since 2020 hit, everything went really virtual. And we didn't have our in-person abilities anymore. No shop visits, no open houses and things like that. So we take full advantage of being able to get with you guys and chat with you and show you new things, and give you the ability to get hands-on and work with products at these shows. But we're not the only ones that do that either. So look at, some of your other vendors that are going to be at these shows, especially blank apparel vendors, like Lane 7, Threadfast, SNS, Alpha Broder, Sanmar, all of them typically are at the kickoff of these shows, these bigger shows that go out in January. So definitely give a look into that. Now, one more thing I wanted to show you. If you guys can't make it out in January, you will see that we have a variety of other really great trade shows that happen throughout the year. So 2 pages total goes into June. So you know where we are going to be. And if that location is a little bit closer to you and more feasible for you to get to, if you can't make it out to Orlando or Vegas or Long Beach. ASI actually does 2 events in January. So they do one in Orlando, and then for us Midwest folks, you can get at ASI Fort Worth in Texas. Okay, so a lot to take advantage of. Like I said, it's not just going to the booth and taking advantage of all of the trade show deals and specials, but it's networking with our industry peers, our industry experts, getting a chance to talk with them one-on-one. So if there are people that you want to talk to and you want to pick their brain, get a hold of them. Let them know you're going to be at these trade shows. Schedule a meeting with them. Sit down and talk business and see what is going to work best for you. Trade shows are a great way to do that. So if you can get there, definitely check it out. All right. Hello, Mark. Hi, Mike. You guys going to Imprint Canada? Coming to Orlando. Yes, Evelyn will be in Orlando for PPAI. As far as Canada, yeah, okay. So it looks like our team's on it. We will be at the Imprint show in Canada. I will not. That sounds fun. I wish I could. But yeah, we have our Stalls Canada team that will be out there. Okay, so once again, Stalls events page, be sure to check that out if you guys just want to know what upcoming trade shows are coming up. Okay, so that's number 1. Get to a trade show in the new year. Highly recommend. Definitely a great investment for your business to be able to attend those shows and see what's new firsthand. Secondly, end of year investments. So this is leading into 2023, but I say take advantage of this now. Or if you are eyeing up a piece of equipment, for example, in the new year, keep an eye on that throughout the year. Prices typically tend to increase in the new year. So right now, a lot of people are taking advantage of making their equipment investments now before they see that price increase in the new year. Doesn't just go for us, pretty much industry standard. So go ahead and take a look at that. Talk with the reps that you need to get your online demos of the equipment, get all of your education in that you need, and get a quote. Get your quotes in. Make sure that you are doing that now as opposed to later if you are really interested in inquiring about a specific piece of equipment, because those prices do tend to go up. So number 2 on the list, get your end of year investments in. If I had to make a recommendation of what investment, and it's a low upfront cost investment, is a Hotronix heat press. They are a very durable product. I am biased. I work with them all the time, but they are quality. And if you already have a Hotronix t-shirt press, take a look at that cat press. It is a game changer for a lot of businesses that are diversifying their products outside of just standard t-shirts and fleece. Hats are a very popular accessory. It continues to grow. If you look at the stats in the industry, it is just one of the most impressionable pieces that you can decorate for brands. So brands are starting to add that accessory more and more alongside t-shirt, fleece, and tote bags. So if you're not already doing that, check it out. The reason the 360 IQ is such a great investment is not only because it allows you to do hats without getting any scorching or melting of your transfers. A lot of education built around this specific machine. So if you need to be a little bit more educated on that, check out the YouTube channel, join our Heat Press for Profit Facebook group. There's a lot of people posting about their success with the heat press in there as well. But outside of just doing caps, you can do a left chest, you can do sleeve prints, anything that's going to fit on that platen that, can move, right? It's not going to be a flat piece, right? It's a curved heating element because of hats, but anything that you load on there that can get flat against that surface, you can heat apply, right? So those of you that are doing outerwear and you are working with substrates that are a little bit hard to deal with, especially at a high temperature, this is going to help you because of that lower heat. You're going to reduce the risk of those scorch marks and those heat press boxes, especially with those really heat sensitive fabrics. So it works outside of hats. Just take advantage of having that cap press, do more with it than just hats, right? Want to make sure that we are maximizing all that we can with the equipment that we have. All right. So that's number 2, end of year investments. Number 3, this one is, it hits home for me because it's something I need to do much better as far as organization goes, but it's a social media calendar. So this is a common question I get from viewers on YouTube and Facebook. We get questions on our Instagram channels or even people at trade shows. They want to know what is the best way to attack their social media plan. And it's not too late, right? If you're not doing social media yet, you're not getting your product out in front of your customers through Instagram, through TikTok, it's not too late. You can still get started, right? Those algorithms switch up all the time. So as long as you're posting quality imagery and video, you can become successful online with your social media platforms. But it does all boil down to setting that calendar. A calendar is going to just keep you on track, right? It's going to say, okay, this week, maybe I'll post this month, maybe I'll post once every Thursday. And as long as you can set that calendar and stick to it, you'll continue to see growth in whatever platform that you're on, and in your engagement will increase, okay? Consistency is key. And if I can add just an extra little tidbit in there, that video is king on social media. Video continues to skyrocket right to the top of the timeline in any feed because it gets engagement, it gets interaction, as long as it's appealing, educational, and not salesy, okay? So there are a lot of tips around social media. There are really great calendars to follow along so that you're hitting key topics throughout the year. So definitely take a look at your social media calendars, get a schedule put together, even if you're doing it 3 months at a time or 6 months at a time, okay? If you can stick to a specific schedule, your followers will know how often you post, and they'll know to expect content from you. If you're just going back and posting randomly when you happen to remember, they might have forgotten they even followed you, and then you might become irrelevant to them, right? So post consistently, get your product out in front of customers, collaborate with brands that you're working with, tag them in their posts, ask them to tag you, share their content, and that will help grow proximity with your clients through social media, right? A lot of tips out there. If it's not something you're doing, again, it's not too late. Definitely take a deep dive and pay attention to your social media in the new year. Okay. Number 4, everyone talks about new year, new me, but what we want to see is something new that you're going to do for your business, whether that is diversifying into new markets. Maybe you focus solely on teams and leagues. So for a certain school, so maybe you need to branch out into clubs and other activities that are going on within that school. Or maybe you're just doing promotional products for a local business. Maybe you can start reaching out to nonprofits in the area, something like that. Diversify, make sure it's something that's relevant to you that you can relate to. The more you can relate to your customer, the easier it is to want to work with them, work on jobs with them, and get involved in whatever events that they're doing as well. So definitely add something new to your business. It doesn't always have to be new equipment or new product. It could be a new customer. It could be a new way to streamline your business, just anything that's going to add a little bit of refresh so things don't feel so redundant in your day today. Okay, so think of something new. What ideas do you guys have around that? Feel free to share them in the comments so that you can inspire some others that are also viewing this broadcast now. All right, there are some new products we are coming out with in the new year. I'm not going to give it away because we're going to have a really grand announcement about it. But just to give you a little hint, it is dimensional and we're super, super excited about it. And we think you guys are going to absolutely love it just as much as we do. So keep an eye out for that stuff. Dimension is trending still, right? We talk about 3-dimensional products, anything that pops off of the garment and really elevates a logo or design. Those are products that are going to continue to expand in the industry and really help grow your profit opportunity with your customers, as opposed to just some of those basic matte or flat finishes that you may currently be doing. It's definitely customer specific. You have to have the right customer in mind. So get some samples, get some product in your hand, show your customers so that you can show them some new product as well. Okay. So that's number 4, do something new for your business. It will help you feel like you're moving forward with things as opposed to just staying static. Okay. And last but not least, number 5, clear the shelves. This was a huge tip from Kelly whenever her and I were planning our content for today's live. Clear your shelves, push your product. That way you can start fresh and start new with some of the new apparel trends, some of the new products in the new year. I'm not saying get rid of everything you're currently doing and get it out the door. That's not what I'm saying. If things are working well, we want to keep rolling that into our offering. But if you have any leftover inventory of anything, maybe you're not doing print on demand or made to order product and you have inventory of stuff, find a way to get those sales out and get that product out the door. That way you don't have to stare at it and wonder what you're going to do with it. All right. So those are our 5 tips for kicking off the new year. Keeping it short and sweet today. Hopefully we drew some inspiration for you. I just want to say thank you again one more time because it has been a really great year. Coming back on to our live broadcast consistently, seeing you guys on here engaging with us, appreciating our projects, product announcements, etc. You guys have been phenomenal. So if you guys happen to have any questions, this is a recorded video. We are live right now, but it is going to remain in the feed. So if you happen to be watching this later, have any questions, feel free to comment that in the comment section, and we will get to your questions and provide you with whatever you need. All right. Thank you guys so much for attending today. We will see you in the new year and happy holidays.